It's about that time of the year when we've made New Year resolutions. New year, new me. You've plotted out a graph of how your 2026 would be. You've made promises, you've made affirmations, you've talked so much about how you're going to be locked in and the amazing things you do. 2026 is going to be your year. However, if there's something you do not understand about taking action, I'm about to save you a ton of mistake as touching your life and destiny. So usually, what most individuals will do in this position is to take as much external actions as possible. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that in a second. But it's most likely individuals focus more on external change as opposed to internal. External change, e.g., breaking up a relationship, e.g., buying a course. As wonderful as this sounds on the surface, if you do not change internally, all external change are a waste of time. Before you do something, you think. Your thoughts dictate your life. Before you clicked upon this content, you considered all the amount of value you would take. In fact, every single one of you have something better or something to do, but you consider the amount of value received from this video, which will lead to the ultimate change of your life. Therefore, it takes precedence. So it's most likely you might not have this mental conversation, but that is exactly what transpired. Your thoughts dictates your actions. Your actions produces the ultimate quality of your life. The point I'm trying to highlight is to save you the pain of going through unlimited amount of external action only to return back to square one. It's easy, and I'll tell you why you do this. It's easy for you to break up the relationship. It's easy for you to buy that course, and as immediately you hold up a debit card while imputing those digits, you release endorphins, you feel like you're making progress, you feel like something good is happening, whereas it's shit. Nothing. You're just taking external actions. And unfortunately, after that charade and you return back to square one, you become even more depressed. So the real way to change is to change, not force external change. Let's take a moment for a second. Imagine with me, I give you the latest device, the latest car, luxury, a gold watch, things that connote towards wealth. If you're truly poor and you sit at the table of greatness, you wouldn't be able to bag a 10 out of 10. You wouldn't be able to speak to a 10 out of 10 model. So please understand, you now have every single thing you used to desire, you used to hinge your insecurity upon. Because I don't have this, because I don't have that, therefore she treats me X way. You have every single thing you once desired, yet you can't produce that outcome. Why? Internally, you are a poor man. So internally, you're a poor man. And no matter what kind of wealth, no matter what kind of thing you try to change, if you do not change the consciousness of a poor man, you would inevitably produce that result. I'll give you an example. I recall this guy. He wanted to start a business for the sole purpose of making money. Why do you want to make money? He proceeds to give me a list of insecurities. This person did X to me, this lady said this, and once I make money, I'll prove all of them wrong, I will act a certain way. And guess what happened? After 6 months, he achieved his desire. and proceeded to confess even higher levels of insecurity. What am I trying to say? Although he does better than 70% of the populace, he's still plagued with that level of insecurity. So finances has nothing to do with your insecurity. Your insecurity is you. And I would love to sell you this idea that finances has nothing to do as touching the quality of living, which is flawed. But unfortunately, you can convince yourself to have the same mentality as you would in the presence of finances. Very recently, my friend acquired a very luxurious car. I noticed the subtle change in his energy, the way he approached women, the more confident he has become. And I sat down there and analyzed as a professional. As a professional, was there a logical transfer of confidence between this car and this young man? Exactly. So you can convince yourself. The subconscious has no idea between what is real and what is not. So you can convince yourself to feel a certain way ahead of the event and you'll be fine. Save yourself the trouble of taking unnecessary external action and feeling relieved in the moment that you did XYZ. The real way to change is to change. And as always, my friends, a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.